Let's do it. Another episode of Cocktails and Curt.
I don't know any more cocktails I have. Let's go.
And these chips and salsa are pretty good, right?
Let's go.
So, let's just talk about, like, in general, when people call, right? I guess they call me the Mr. Nice Guy, right? I won't say, because this is a family show, what they call him. But let's just talk about some of the questions that we get, and you see if you agree on how to handle the situation.
I mean, most people are not going to agree. They're going to think I'm a little too real.
Too real. Maybe we should call that. That's what we should call this. Keeping it real
with Curt.
Keeping it real with Curt. I like that. Let's toast.
I'm getting that coin.
Click. Keeping it real.
It's not really a coin, but I like the fact that y'all are tuning in. That's worth it.
So one of our favorite, one of the most, definitely not one of our favorite, one of the most frustrating questions or scenarios that we constantly get. It's usually me picking up the phone. Shade.
I mean, you're the one that gets frustrated.
I'm keeping it real.
Because
I'm keeping it real. So, anyways, a scenario happens. Hey, Mark, follow you guys on GreatHomesATL. My lease is up, and I want to buy a home. And a question I say, okay, have you been pre-approved? And the answer is no. How do you start with that, Mr. Keeping It Real?
No, okay, you haven't been pre-approved. That's okay.
Some people, so that's one thing.
Some people don't know that. That's fine.
Yeah. So again, like, my lease is up, like, probably in about 60 days, because I have to give that 60-day notice. So I just wanted to hit you guys up. I do have some credit issues.
You look at me, but at that point, the conversation takes a pivot.
It's starting to, right? So you're probably, I could just see you like.
No, right? I'm not even going to do that, because
the third question is, I mean, this is somebody that's lives in Atlanta.
Yep.
And I say, okay, well, we got lenders, they can analyze your credit.
Going back to 60 days, but proceed.
Right.
Proceed.
But we have somebody that could, I'm Mr. Nice Guy, that can help you analyze your credit.
And you're keeping it real, right?
Keeping it real.
Actually, I don't think you keep it real enough.
But let me talk about the third thing that probably is going to send you over the edge.
I'm not going over the edge, because I wouldn't have gotten to the third question, but proceed.
Okay, well, where do you want to live? I'm kind of open. Let's have another sip, because this is about to get really real. So what do you do in that situation when people, you get it, not everybody's educated about home. That's why we do this. But there's some basic common sense.
No, but here's the thing. That's why when you ask the first question, are you pre-approved, and the person says no, that's a sign. But that's okay. Yeah. You know why? Because not everybody
if they're watching us, they should know that first.
Right. Our followers would know pre-approved. I agree. But not everybody's been following shit, so if they're not, that's your fault. You guys need to make sure they're tuning in.
We got to go on YouTube, watch all these videos back.
Anyway, so no, not everybody knows what a pre-approval is, so that's okay. You think in your mind, I need to contact a realtor because I want to buy a house. If you're not, that's fine. Right. So I don't have a problem if somebody calls and they haven't taken that step. Okay, this is what you need to do. You need to get that.
Credit's bad.
The second they say that credit is bad,
and you got 60 days to move.
Even the credit being bad is not a deal breaker, because you know what, we've all had or have in some cases credit issues.
The 60 days.
But it's the 60 days. That's the part where, like, when you say you keep it real, you don't keep it real enough, because at that point, when
there's nothing we can do for you,
it's not only that, but I think of it like this: you're now setting this unrealistic expectation that your lease is up in 2 months. You have issues that you need to work out to even qualify. It sounds like getting, from being able to get a house. And the first person you call is a realtor. So see, when you call me, my response is, you called the wrong person.
Oh, okay.
You called the wrong person. You should be calling your creditors, or if your credit is jacked, you probably have multiple delinquent accounts.
Especially you should pay your bills on time.
Right, but you should call them and work out. You should.
These drinks are hitting.
They are.
Did I just say that?
This is how I am when I drink or don't drink. But you should be calling your creditors and working out a payment arrangement to repaying your debt.
Well in advance.
Well in advance.
Like the last thing you should be thinking about is purchasing a house.
And then my thing is why I don't let the conversation go far either is because you knew 6 months before you called that your lease was going to be up.
Right.
So why would you call a realtor, whether it's us or anybody else, and say my lease is up in 2 months basically, and I want to buy a house?
And it's not like Mark and Curt run miracles here, and that we're going to do anything different than any other real estate agent could do, because we're not financing your.
And think
your
about
loan.
it, and I think for me, what I pick up on is I think that when people call under those circumstances, I feel right away I already know that they're not ready to buy a house.
Right.
Because if you were that responsible of a person, you wouldn't wait until 60 days before your lease is up with credit issues to then decide, oh, I'm going to go buy a house.
So, okay, you kept it real. What advice would you have? Like, what should people do? What's
Be
the time
responsible.
frame? No, what's the time? What's the time frame that if you know you have issues? Like, let's just talk a little bit of, like, really quickly. This is of course some shade, but overall, it's Shady Sundays while we're taping this on a Sunday. In housewife fashion, right?
It's not shady. It's just being honest, and people can take it or come for us in the comments or whatever it is.
No, but in reality, like, it's all about preparation. It's all about preparation. And what does that mean? Like,
I mean, it's
finding
about,
out where you
it's
are.
about knowing. It's about setting a goal.
Yeah, like if you know you want to buy a house and you know you have credit issues, why are you taking vacations still? Why are you racking up more credit card debt? Why did you miss your Comcast bill payment?
Oh,
remember that one?
Yeah.
That was like early on in our career.
Yeah.
This girl wanted to.
We put her through. We actually were working with her. Her credit was really troubled. Mm-hmm. I think that's
a nice way. Oh, look at you being.
See, I'm trying to be politically correct because I want everybody to just say,
Right.
We
are a family show.
And she was on the right path, and then decided that she wasn't going to pay her Comcast bill.
Which made her credit
worse.
But still, was like, my lease is up.
The thing that gets to me is this. We all like to, live and play the part. And, there's a song that's out, Clout.
Right.
And I think that song
Cardi.
is so...
Hey, Cardi, one of our followers.
Hey, Cardi, Offset. But I think that song is so funny because it speaks to a lot of people that call us and reach out to us every day.
Because what's the lyrics of that song?
They do anything for clout.
Like, it's like that social media, like,
that
front
look,
end.
that
Right.
front, that stunt, like whatever is going, like
you're pulling up to your 1-bedroom rental that you're probably paying $2,000 for, and you just incurred more debt, probably have a higher interest rate. You're pulling up to your 1-bedroom apartment in a Mercedes, but you have jacked up credit. You have had no plans in place.
And you're paying like a 12% interest rate on the Mercedes,
right.
But you want to look the part. So you rather do that and not really make any.
Are we keeping it real? We definitely are keeping it real on this one.
We might need a part 2 of keeping it
right.
real.
We may.
But no, and this is not to bash anybody, but it's kind of like it's giving you a reality check. It's
the overall message is like prepare, and like a lot of stuff's just common sense. Like you don't need a doctorate in economics to know like you need decent credit, which means like you can't a month before you're about to go for a loan miss a Comcast bill, open up a new student loan, like miss payment, miss your rental payment, lease payment.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we've
heard, right?
Yeah, I keep it real. I think that you need to come to my side. You don't keep it all the way real.
I think it's the way
you keep it nice and real.
I keep it.
Yeah,
I put it with a twist,
real.
A southern twist.
I keep it real. I'm from up north, and we don't do the sugarcoat. We just tell it like it is.
Spent a lot of time in growing up in Philly, and of course those 10 years in New York.
Yep. So it is. I mean, and this is not to hurt anybody's feelings, and I think that if anybody is offended or bothered by it, it's
let us know.
No, don't let us know. Don't let us know. If anybody is offended or bothered by anything that we've said in this video, it probably is because we're speaking directly to you.
Okay.
If you are the one that's out there and you trying to buy Gucci, Fendi, Prada, and anybody else out there because you see it on the rap video and you like,
you're not serious.
You're not serious.
Buyer.
You can't.
So like, watch these videos because we got to wrap up. Maybe we'll do a part 2. But let's just.
How do you wrap it on my show? But okay.
All right, guys. Keeping it real with Curt. Maybe that's the next show.
I like that. Too many.
I was gonna go for that.